guys, what's up? Icona here. Welcome to another Mobile Royale video. So today I will going to cover the Glacial War of our guild DLB1 versus the Rising Phoenix Guild, or RIP, the Guild of All Might. So let's go to the Glacial Island. So there is less than 1 minute left. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go. So the first guild to arrive in Glacial Island is DLB1, and we are now seeing the Weige, and DLB1 is the first guild to occupy the Glacial Fort, and All Might is trying to solo Glacial Fort, but he recalled his army as members of DLB1 started to reinforce the Glacial Fort. So right now, as you can see guys, the Weige has the High Defender title from Prestige War Master, and he also has the General title, because currently Guild DLB1 is the ruler of Kingdom 19. Am I right? Yeah. Our guild DLB1 just migrated yesterday in Kingdom 19, and our guild defeated Guild DMFT in Fort War. So right now, All Might of Rising Phoenix Guild is initiating an assembly to rally the Glacial Fort. So let's roam around the Glacial Island. Let's check the Victor's Barracks. So currently the Victor's Barracks is occupied by Rising Phoenix Guild. The Glacial Hospital is occupied by Rising Phoenix Guild as well. The Eclipse Port is under our guild DLB1. The Glacial War Room is also under control by Rising Phoenix Guild. So the Mob Sanctum is controlled by Rising Phoenix. The Disrupt Sanctum is also under control by Rising Phoenix, and the two other Sanctum, the Fire Rain and Lockdown Sanctum, is under protection state, and the Ambush Sanctum is also under control by Rising Phoenix Guild, but not for long, as DLB1 UA1 just occupied the Ambush Sanctum. So let's go back to the Glacial Fort, and in terms of score, our guild DLB1 is leading in score. So we have, let's check the scoreboard. Now our guild DLB1 has 71,766 points, while Rising Phoenix Guild has 56,509 points. So these are the members participating under our guild banner DLB1. The number 1 is the Weige, of course, our highest might member participating in this event. So right now we have 22 members participating in this event, while on the side of Rising Phoenix Guild, they has 34 members participating. Alright, so the rally of All Might is now marching towards Glacial Fort, and boom, it failed. And our guild DLB1 successfully defended the Glacial Fort against the attack of All Might. So let's check again the other structures. So here Anna is initiating an assembly, and let's wait if his rally or her rally will be successful. Anna has 1 billion might as well. Metasin is here. If you remember guys, from my last Glacial War coverage, I covered the war between the guild Rising Phoenix and I forget the other name of the other guild that they competed against with on that Glacial War. And on that Glacial War, Rising Phoenix guild name and guild tag was BE. The system used their old name, their old guild name, instead of Rising Phoenix. I can't remember what is the name of the opponent guild of guild B at that time. But on that Glacial War, guild BE or Rising Phoenix won the battle. Okay, so let's go here. It's taking too long. So DLB1 still holds the Eclipse support. The Glacial War Room is still under control by Rising Phoenix Guild. The Victor's Barracks is now controlled by our guild DLB1. And we have DLB Haugi here. Haugi is the magistrate. So right now, if you will notice, All Might has no title on his head. I don't know if they are the ruler of Kingdom 11 right now, but I am not seeing the king title on All Might heads or head, All Might's head. So I assume their guild is not the current ruler of Kingdom 11. While in Kingdom 19, our guild, as I mentioned a while ago, our guild is the current ruler of Kingdom 19. As yesterday, our guild DLB1 defeated the guild DMFT in Fort War. So let's check the castle here on the side of Rising Phoenix. Alright, so DLB1 guild recalled the army inside the Glacial Fort, and our guild is now going to change the composition of the troops inside the Glacial Fort. And who's this guy soloing the Glacial Fort? No! What the? He soloed the Glacial Fort. I don't know if that is a fake attack, but I see a drop in his might from that attack. So let's check. No. So on our guild side, the members participating here in Glacial Fort is Yaj Saking, the leader of LOBB guild. But of course, we are now merged with DLB1. Josh. And then DLB Ors. Wow, what is Yaj Saking doing? Why he ported beside the Rising Phoenix guild? So if you can see guys, Yaj Saking has 485 million might now. That is his second account. So we are still waiting for All Might rally to March. So right now, the score is still in favor of our guild, DLB1, but the score is really close. Look at that, guys. Our guild have 262,212 points, while the guild Rising Phoenix has 253,467 points. So the points gap is not that big, and there is still a lot, or there is still plenty of time in order for Rising Phoenix to turn the tide of battle into their favor. Because from the last Glacial War, they participated, Guild Guild Rising Phoenix was underdog on the first half of the Glacial War, but as the Glacial War event goes on, they were able to turn the tide of battle into their favor. I think last time, yeah, I remember now. So the Glacial War before that I cover is Guild BE versus Guild SGK. Yeah, it was SGK that Guild BE or Rising Phoenix Guild battled in that Glacial War. We didn't see the march of rally of All Might. Maybe there's a glitch on my end, maybe on my connection, but the rally of All Might failed again, the second rally of All Might, and our guild DLB1 successfully defended the Glacial Fort again. So the score is 337,792 in favor of our guild DLB1. The score gap is not that big, so yeah, this is a close fight. So our guild should not be complacent with this battle. We should strive more to earn more points. Okay, let's roam around again. So the Glacial Hospital is still under Rising Phoenix control. The barracks is now controlled by Rising Phoenix. Oops. The Glacial War Room is under control by Rising Phoenix Guild. The Eclipse Support is also under control by Rising Phoenix. So most of the side structures is occupied by Rising Phoenix, while the Glacial Fort is under control by DLB1 Guild. And again, our guild recalled the armies inside the Glacial Fort, and we are now going to change the troops composition again. And by the way guys, if you are wondering why I am not participating in this event, is it because, as you all know, I am still a T3 player, a T3 castle, and this is a battle of T4 troops, so it's better off without me in this battle because my T3 is useless. So there is 1 hour and 29 minutes left before this event ends, and right now, wow, the score is now turning in favor to to Guild Rising Phoenix. The score now is 395,000 versus oh no. The score is rapidly changing. A while ago, the score is in favor for Rising Phoenix Guild, but now our guild DLB1 is ahead again in terms of score. We now have 407,000 versus 406,000 of Rising Phoenix Guild. This is really a close fight, so our guild should not be really too complacent and too overconfident in this battle. And the same goes to Guild Rising Phoenix. They should strive more because this is really a close fight. I don't know if this is the main account of the Weige, because the Weige, if you remember guys, the Weige has two 1 billion account, the one in GTC and Guild and this one in DLB1 Guild. I don't know if this is the main account or the second account. Alright, so the rally of Rocky is now marching towards the Glacial Fort, and it failed again. For the third time, the attempt of Guild Rising Phoenix to rally and to steal the Glacial Fort ownership failed, and our guild, led by the Weige, successfully defended the Glacial Fort. If you will check the scoreboard, the score gap is really too close to each other. Look at that. Now, look, I really can't tell which guild is leading right now because the score is rapidly changing. It changes too fast if you will notice the scoreboard. So right now, the guild Rising Phoenix has 479,000 points, while our guild has 475,000 points. This is really a close fight, so everyone should not be too complacent. I don't know how many times I already said that, but yeah, everyone should strive more for points. So Rising Phoenix has 500,000 points now. They are leading the battle in terms of points. So our guild has the Victor's Barracks now. Also the Glacial Hospital is now occupied by our guild. The Eclipse Support is still under Rising Phoenix Guild, and the Glacial War Room is under Rising Phoenix Guild, while the Glacial Fort is still under control by DLB1 Guild, as the third rally attempt of Guild Rising Phoenix failed. And right now, All Might is initiating an assembly to rally the Glacial Fort. So if you will check the scoreboard right now, Guild Rising Phoenix is still leading by 10,000 points if I am not mistaken. If you will also check the number of participants in Guild DLB1, there are only 23 members participating in this battle, while in the side of Rising Phoenix, they have 36 members out of 40. So in terms of number of members participating in this event, Rising Phoenix is in advantage. So right now our guild is leading in score. We have 551,000 while the Rising Phoenix, okay, the score is really changing too fast. This is a close fight, ladies and gentlemen. So if I'm gonna ask you guys, which guild do you think will win in this battle? But for me, of course, I am rooting for DLB1 as I am a member of this guild. And I hope our guild won in this battle. But whatever the outcomes of this battle, congratulations still to the winner. So there is 1 hour and 23 minutes left. And the score gap is really not that big. The score is really close. Alright, so All Might is trying to scout the Glacial Port. I believe his rally will march any minute or seconds from now. That's why he is scouting it. So here, DLB1 Troll. This is Happy Troll. He is the one in charge in Eclipse of Port. Okay, let's go back here because the rally of All Might might march any seconds from now. Let's just wait. So the guild Rising Phoenix is now leading in score. They have 631,000 points. And now our guild is leading. We now have 635,000 points versus 632. No. Now the points is 640,000 for the guild Rising Phoenix. The scoreboard is really changing too fast. Alright, so the fourth rally, this is the fourth attempt rally from Rising Phoenix, led by All Might, is now marching towards Glacial Fort, and boom! The rally failed again. For the fourth time, the rally of Rising Phoenix failed, and Guild DLB1 still successfully defended the Glacial Fort. Alright, so I don't know who's that guy who just ported out. I don't know if he already gave up in Glacial Fort. So All Might is now initiating an assembly again. So All Might has 915 million might, while the Weige has 1.1 billion might. So in terms of title, of course, the Weige has advantage because he has this High Defender title from Prestige War and the General title, while All Might, I don't see any title from All Might. Okay, so the General title is now on Cyan BBB. And look guys, Guild Rising Phoenix is leading in score now. They have 768,000 points compared to 701,000 points of our guild DLB1. This fight is really close, and there is 1 hour and 18 minutes left before the battle ends. This is really a close fight. Let's go back to the Glacial Fort. Imagine, even our guild is consistently holding the Glacial Fort, which is one of the highest structure that gives higher points, or one of the highest giving points structure here in Glacial Island. But our guild is now behind score from Rising Phoenix. Rising Phoenix has 805,000 points now compare or versus to 710,000 points of our guild. And I don't know how our guild, especially the Weige, will turn the tide of battle be in favor of DLB1, because at this point I am seeing that our guild will have a difficulty to win this battle. One factor that I am seeing why our guild is having a difficulty to make the score gap big against the Rising Phoenix is that the number of our members participating right now in this event is less than the number of members participating in Guild Rising Phoenix. As we are going to check here again in progress board, you will see that DLB1 has only 24 members out of 40 participating right now compared to 36 members of Rising Phoenix participating in this event. So Rising Phoenix has 841,000 points now, and All Might Rally is now marching towards the Glacial Fort, and this is the fifth attempt of Rising Phoenix to steal ownership of Glacial Fort, and let's see if All Might Rally will succeed. But then again, the rally failed. That is the fifth attempt of Rising Phoenix Guild to steal Glacial Fort ownership, but again they failed. But even though they are not holding the Glacial Fort, Rising Phoenix is still leading in score. They now have 867,000 points versus 798,000 points of our guild DLB1. So there is almost 10,000 points gap, right? If I am computing it right, 10,000 points gap between these two guilds. Our guild has 801,000 points now compared to 882,000 points of Rising Phoenix. So still the guild Rising Phoenix is leading in terms of score. They have 917,000 points compared to 855,000 points of DLB1. Even though DLB1 guild consistently defending Glacial Fort, which is the highest points giving structure here in Glacial Island, our guild is still behind in score, and Guild Rising Phoenix still lead in terms of points or score in this event. Guild Rising Phoenix is consistently making the score gap against our guild. They have 941,000 points versus 893,000 points. Alright, so more or less the guild Rising Phoenix have I think 30,000 plus points led in this battle, and now the rally of All Might is now marching towards Glacial Fort, and let's see if the 6th attempt rally of Rising Phoenix will succeed. And the rally failed. That is the 6th attempt of Rising Phoenix to steal the ownership of Glacial Fort, but they still failed. Our guild is successfully are consistently defending Glacial Fort. But even though we are consistently defending Glacial Fort, our guild is still behind the points. Our guild has 958,000 points compared to 985,000 points of DLB1 guild, but the score gap is getting closer and closer. I think there is 20,000 or more points difference. I think our guild will be able to catch up in points anytime soon from now. So the Glacial War room is still under controlled by Rising Phoenix Guild. The Rising Phoenix has 1 million points now, while our guild has 997,000 points, and the Eclipse support is now under control by our guild. And DLB1 is trying to close the score with Rising Phoenix. We now have our guild. DLB1 has now 1 million points, and I think our guild is leading score now, right? No. The score is really changing too fast, and we can't conclude which guild is leading in points with this kind of fight. The fight is really close. Alright, so I think I will be back after a minute, guys. I just leave you with this video, so just keep watching, okay? I'll be back in a minute.
Light it up, light it up, light it up.
Alright, so the Glacial War has ended and the guild Rising Phoenix was declared winner of this battle, and the Weige was declared the best player of this Glacial War. And if you will notice, guys, that my last video was focused in Victor's Barracks, because I fell asleep while watching the battle. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. But anyway, congratulations again to Guild Rising Phoenix for winning this battle, and to the Wedge for being the best player of Glacial War. So that's it for now, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel as well. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.